Well, hello from the south shore of Lake Superior. There should have been a post last night from the Halifax, Nova Scotia airport, and a post today from the shores of the Bay of Fundy. But that's not what is happening. Back in February, early March, I think it was early or late Feb, we were still in the apartment while the house was being remodeled. And Peg asked me, "So what are you going to do with your vacation this year?" Well, I wasn't sure. I'd thought about all kinds of things and expected to take a week or two again. Wanted to do something on the bike, of course. And thought about it a little bit. Eric and I had been talking about Ontario, and I had decided that if I did Ontario, I wanted to have it at the do it during the same weekend that the Ontario Moto Guzzi Rally was going to happen. So that led to other things. Thought about that, how to incorporate that, but I wasn't really satisfied with just going up to Ontario and doing the Guzzi Rally. Eric and I had talked about doing some back road riding up there, but I was really anxious for something a little more, and I mentioned to Peg that, what I'd really like to do is go back out to the Maritimes. I'd like to go and see some of the things that I missed when I was out there that entire summer back in 1979. And we talked a little bit about it, and Peg said, "Well, why don't you just fly out there and rent something?" And that was like a spark to a gallon of gasoline. It didn't take long, probably just a few days before I pretty much knew what I was going to do. Found a bike to rent, started looking at airfare, started looking at routes and ideas, where I'd ride. And certainly by the first week in March, I had reservations made. The bike was rented, or I knew what I was absolutely going to do. Communication had gone back and forth with Nigel. So the Kawasaki Versys was set to go. Airfare was ready. I had my tickets. Had the reservations, I should say. That first night, arriving late, which would have been last night in Halifax, I had a hotel reservation near the airport, and also I had reservations for Prince Edward Island National Park. So everything was set. A week later, the pandemic got serious, and of course I, like everybody else, thought that by the time August gets here, everything's going to be straightened out, we'll be good to go. Well, the deeper the summer got, the more and more it looked like that wasn't going to happen. Canada wasn't letting us in. Provinces weren't letting other folks in. So it didn't take long, and, well, it took a while, and I got my refund. The last of my refunds came just, a month ago. So that trip was scrapped, and my maritime fly and rent trip did not happen. So that's why I'm back on the south shore of Lake Superior.